Hi guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be my March favorites video. I finally have a chance to film, so I thought I would go into March favorites. The month of March, I was using a lot of different things, a lot of different tools and products and whatnot, but I only have a few that I want to show you guys because I could go on forever about this stuff. So let's dive right in. I'm gonna go with the books first, and then we'll dive into the decks, I guess. So the first book that I want to show you is the book that came in the mail for me in March. It's What the Dead Have Taught Me About Living Well. This is by Rebecca Rosen. Now, I love Rebecca Rosen. She's one of my favorites. I love her writing. I love what she does. She is a spirit medium, so she contacts spirit on the other side. And I just really think that she's awesome. And I've been reading all of her books. This is her newest one that came out. I want to say it came out in February. I still haven't opened it up though, but I wanted to put that in this video because this is going to be a read that I'm going to be diving into for the month of April. But it was, it's been sitting on my shelf for me to read all month, so just thought I would show that to you. The one I did pick up and started reading is Medium by Constanza Morningstar. This book is really, really good. This is a step-by-step guide to communicating with the spirit world. So as you can see, what my topics of interest are lately is mediumship work and spirit contact and whatnot. This book is really good. It gives you a lot of journal prompts. It gives you a lot to think about and consider with your path. She really kind of starts to lay everything out for you. So I highly recommend this book if anyone is wanting to start the journey. I have a cute little bookmark here. I've only just started it, and it's definitely going to be the read for April. So I guess this doesn't really count too much of a read for March. The one thing that I did read for March was Spirited. No, not Spirited. It was Rebecca Rosen's other book, Spiritual Awakening or something like Awakening the Spirit. That's the one it was. I should have brought that one, but it's off in my nightstand. That's the book I read. So sorry guys. This is going to be probably more, I'll speak more fully into this, about this in April's video, but I did start reading it last month, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a slow read because it, like I said, it has journal prompts. So I'll read a good section of it, and then I will write in my journal regarding whatever the prompt says. So it's a slow read because of that. It's also like a workbook, like a process. So you're testing out new things and whatnot. And so it's a really good book. I really recommend it for anyone who is wanting a step-by-step guide to learning how to contact your spirit. Okay, let's talk about the decks. So the decks that I was working a lot with last month would be the Miracles Now affirmation cards. These actually popped up in a lot of my the daily reads and also the tarot scopes. I was using these a lot for the tarot scopes. So these cards are gorgeous. They're real like positive, and they give positive messages. Lots to think about. These cards are beautiful. I used them again for the tarot scopes for April. So if you want to see them again posted, check out my Instagram. It's TheCacklingMoon, and follow me. So the Miracles Now affirmation cards was one deck that I was working with a lot. The other one that I was using a lot for my daily reads was the Oracle of Oddities. This deck actually got a lot of positive feedback. So many of you guys were enjoying seeing it in my daily messages, and all of you guys were wondering, you know, what this deck was, where it came from, you know, how can I purchase one. It's that morbid kind of, we're looking at like skulls and flowers. It's beautiful. So it's an oracle deck I picked up. It's an indie deck. And it was created by Claire Goodchild of Black and the Moon. So if you go to blackandthemoon.com, you could find the deck there. This is the second edition, so you could find the deck there and purchase it and have your own copy. So that's the Oracle of Oddities. If you want to see more pictures of it, check out, like I said, my Instagram, and check out the March's daily messages that I was posting. That's where you'll find more posts and pictures of the deck. The other one that I was using a lot in my readings, this is for client readings, I was using the Enchanted Map Oracle. I was using a lot of just like the Rider-Waite decks like I usually do for my tarot readings, but the Oracle cards that I would pull were mostly coming from the Enchanted Map, as well as a couple other Oracle decks, but this one really stood out to me a lot last month. This deck is really nice, especially when you read it along with the guidebook. The guidebook that comes with the deck is really helpful, and it really gives you all these insightful messages that you wouldn't really think about regarding the cards. So I highly recommend this deck. I purchased this one off of Barnes & Noble. I went to Barnes & Noble. It was there on the shelf, and it comes with a guidebook inside, and it's really, really handy. I really feel like a lot of you guys would vibe with it. It's beautiful. The artwork's gorgeous. So that is the Enchanted Map. And two new decks that I have that I purchased this month, actually. I'm just going to show you. We have the Crystal Visions Tarot. So this one I picked up, it was at one of the shops that I like to visit, one of the metaphysical shops. They had this deck there, and I picked it up. I've been eyeballing it for a while. It was actually one of the decks that another reader used for one of my readings, and I really love the artwork. So I saw this copy sitting on their shelves, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to get it. It's a gorgeous, whimsical, fantasy, fairy tale like deck, and I've been using it for my daily messages for April on Instagram, and a lot of people have already been saying they are noticing that the images on the cards are just really pretty, and they were asking me more questions about it, like, what deck is that? So I think it's kind of funny when you post a deck that, you know, has been around for a while, and then people start noticing, and they're like, ooh, what deck is that? You don't realize how gorgeous a deck is until you actually, you know, start snapping photos of it and putting it in a way that other people don't usually see the cards. So I'm really in the vibe of amethyst right now, which I'll go into further detail about that with the crystals, but really feeling the amethyst vibe a lot more so in the month of March. And I want to say it's because I was going through the transition again. So the Crystal Visions Tarot really appealed to me at that time because of the purple vibes. Lots of purple, like jewel tone colors in this deck. So I think maybe that's why it also attracted me to it. And then this deck I actually purchased yesterday. Wisdom of the Oracle. I've actually had my eye on this deck too, for the same reason that a couple readers actually used it on me for readings that they did, and I really liked the imagery. I've been looking for Oracle decks now more so than the tarot. I think I have more than enough tarot decks, and I really wanted to add more Oracle decks to the collection, so I was really happy to add this one. This one is actually available at the shop that I work at right now, so I picked it up yesterday. So Wisdom of the Oracle. I already pulled my very first card from the deck, and it was so it was so like spot on to what I'm currently, you know, dealing with, and the energies that I'm dealing with, and just it was really nice to see how the deck is kind of matching along with what I'm currently going through. So I love to see a deck that's like vibing with me. Okay, so that is it for the decks. Let's talk crystals. So like I said, I was really feeling the amethyst vibe. I've already shown this amethyst crystal before, but this was a crystal I actually purchased at the shop that I work at now. I purchased him a few months ago, but I've been really drawn to my amethyst. And I don't know if it's because my birthday month was 2 months ago, or, you know, just the transition that I was going through, or just my whole journey into another stage of who I am spiritually. But I feel really drawn to the amethyst lately. So I've been bringing my beautiful chunky amethyst out when I'm meditating. He's been on the table while I read, and I'm doing readings for clients. He's always been on the table. And I just feel this really loving vibe from him. He's a gorgeous size. He's huge. So he's been a big part of the spiritual journey for the last couple weeks. I picked up this little small amethyst point. I don't know if it's a point or a little baby tower at the crystal shop as well. He's cute though. He's like tiny, like a little pyramid. And he actually sits on my bedside table, so right over there. He sits on the table next to my jewelry box. So I love to have like a little amethyst with me. I used to have this guy on my altar over where my salt lamps and my crystal collection is, but he's actually been resting on this reading table specifically for when I do my client readings. I've just been connecting. Leela Hal gifted me a large selenite wand, like a stick right here. This guy has been showing up in a lot of the photos that I've been taking of cards for the daily readings. But I really love to have him around when I'm working with amethyst. I just love the way that selenite and amethyst work together. I just think that they complement one another. So that was from Leela Hal. And then, let's see, since we're on the amethyst kick, yesterday at the shop that I work at, I purchased this cute little amethyst. I guess it's double terminated, like it's a 2-point crystal. But I really like this one because when you hold him up to the light, he's actually an ametrine. You could see like a band of citrine right in the middle, which would make him a blend of amethyst and citrine, which they're basically the same stone. It's just citrine is heated. It's orangey, like a orangey yellow color. But when you have the blend of citrine and amethyst together in a stone, it's an ametrine. So he was really calling to me at the shop, and I snagged him up because I thought he would be perfect with my collection. So I actually meditated with him last night to get him into the groove of, you know, me and my energies. This is a giant smoky quartz. I guess you could call it like a little tower. I don't know. He stands on his own. He has like a point here. I bought him the other day on Monday. My husband and I went to Big Bear, and there was a shop there that sold crystals. They had crystals and stuff. And he was super cheap. I was amazed by how cheap they had him tagged at. So I snagged him because I had to have him. He's really pretty. When you hold him up to the light, you could see through the top portion of him. But yeah, he's a smoky quartz. I am a sucker for smoky quartz. Every time I see one, or, you know, when it's within my budget, I have to have it. So he's a beautiful addition to my collection. I'm excited. And then I have been obsessed with clear quartz. Clear quartz is probably one of the most common crystals that you will find. And it's not cheap. I mean, it's not expensive. They're fairly cheap and decently priced. So I always say, if you've never owned a crystal, a clear quartz should be in everyone's collection. In my opinion, everyone should have a clear quartz. So I had purchased these giant ones from the same crystal shop on different occasions. This one was popping up on a lot of videos, not videos, photos of me on Instagram. Really, really connected with him. He's actually a recorder, a record keeper. That's what you call him. He's a record keeper's crystal. I want to dive more into what that is later in a blog post. I've been meaning to put that post together, so I have not forgotten. For those of you who have been waiting for that, there will be a post about clear quartz and just the different properties of them. But I have to really get in the zone to type that blog post up, because there's so much that I want to say. I really vibe with clear quartz, and lately I've been really obsessed with it. So I think it's only fitting that I start, you know, a blog post about that. But this is the other one that I purchased from that same shop, and I really like this one because he's very clear. You could see right through him, and he looks beautiful in photos with client readings. So I love having the big chunky clear quartz crystals in my client reading photos. I just think that they're amazing crystals to have with you when you're reading the cards. And then from another shop, I ordered, I purchased this wand. I just thought he was so cool. He has a lot of little dents and cracks. He just reminded me of, I guess when I purchase clear quartz and I see them with the cracks and their imperfections, they remind me of me, if you can understand. We're not all perfect, you know, we have imperfections, we've been through a lot, we've gone through a lot in our life. So I always relate to the crystal, the clear quartzes that are like that, because they've also been through a lot too. I also purchased smaller sizes. The shop had these, they were I think they were like I don't know, it was like one of those deals where you got 4 of them for like $8 or something like that. It was really, they were really cheap. So I got a bunch of them because I wanted to be able to do crystal gridding, which I've already done. So I have a shitload of them. And then one of these I want to wrap to make it into a necklace. It's just like kind of like a perfect shape. So I love clear quartz, as you can tell. This one was more smoky. He's kind of cool looking. You can see inside of him. There's little phantoms in him. And then, you know, these guys are just smaller versions of my larger ones, and I love to use them for the grids. But very cheap. Like, clear quartz is a very cheap crystal. It's very common. You can find them for a very cheap price. I think these at the shop, and you know, crystal shops have to charge a little bit more so that they can make a profit off of their stuff. But even at the price they were charging was still reasonable. This one was $16, and I think this one was $20, because this one was a record keeper, so it has a little pyramid in the crystal, which I'll get into later. But yeah, these were really cheap, really cheap. This one was, I think this one was $12. And then, like I said, these were like 4 for $8 or something like that. So they're only like a couple dollars. So really, really cheap. Highly recommend clear quartz crystals. But yeah, you guys, that's basically everything I wanted to show you. And I just wanted to tell you guys hi and see how you're doing. And I miss being on YouTube, and I've been enjoying, you know, working at the crystal shop and doing my readings on there Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, you know, if you're ever in the Inland Empire, I am working at the Power of 3. So I would love to see you guys Tuesdays and Thursdays. But again, I hope that you were inspired, and maybe if you have any questions about crystals or decks or whatnot, leave a comment below, and I'm around to help. I will, you know, get to you as soon as I can. And I wish you guys all a beautiful rest of the week. Bye, guys.